Hey Mocs fans, I'm Brad B., Assistant Athletic Director here at Florida Southern. I'm joined by Moccasins head coach Marty Ward. Coach, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Brad. Appreciate it.
Coach, going into your 15th season, you have 100 plus wins here at Florida Southern as a head coach. Last year, you guys went 10-7, made it to conference semifinals. You had 6 wins over teams that were in the poll, receiving votes, or in the top 25. This year, you had a really tough schedule. I looked at it. You have 7 of your 14 scheduled games. Everyone's in the preseason top 25 poll. Talk to us about your strength of schedule and what that kind of does for your confidence, obviously, going forward.
Well, we do like this to schedule good teams here. We always seem to have competitive groups at Florida Southern, and feeling like looking at this year with the AQs coming involved, with the NCAA tournament being expanded, we really needed to beef up our at-large opportunities with the strength of schedule. So just giving our guys more opportunities to compete against some of the best teams in the country and enhance their experience here at Florida Southern is my goal every year.
So last year, obviously, the past couple of years, you guys had big wins here on Barron Field, obviously behind us. This year, you open up with Limestone, then you take on Wingate, and then you play Tampa. So not an easy feat. Talk to us about what it's like to get those big games here at home, and kind of what we draw on for student crowd or any kind of crowd here at Barron Field.
Yeah, we usually draw a really good crowd here at Barron for our home games, so I'm really not worried about the turnout at all. I know that we're going to have a good student body group here, a lot of alumni, a lot of families from around the area will be here for the games. But just the opportunity to have a team like Limestone, a program like Limestone, a program like Wingate, with the respect of our program coming to Barron Field and traveling in February to play us is a huge opportunity for all the programs involved. And it should be some really good games and super competitive both ways.
All right, let's take a look at your roster. Obviously, last year, 10-7 again. Talk to us about, deep dive really into those key returners. Go position by position. So we'll talk with attack, face-off, defenders, goalies. Just kind of break it down for everyone to understand what kind of team we have to look forward to.
I think the big two that I want to talk about is the face-off guy, Jake Chiz, and what he brings to our group as a junior this year. Now in his, I would say, the most mature Jake Chiz we've had, and he's been a starter since his freshman year. So there's no lack of experience there, especially in big games. So we're excited for him to come back and anchor that unit. And then having Mike Simone back. Mikey's a real solid keeper in the net. Gives our guys a lot of confidence. Has done an excellent job as a fifth year this year. I mean, I couldn't ask for more out of Mikey yet in the preseason. So really excited to see what he does this year. The attack unit's going to be anchored by Maddox Walton and Nolan Ty. Coming back this year, Maddox was hurt last year during conference play. Didn't get a chance to really shine a lot in the SSC, but had a really good go in the non-conference. And then, of course, Nolan Ty has been a staple for us for 3 years. So we're looking for a breakout season from him. Look at Vinny Musella as well to have another a good season this year as a sophomore, kind of anchoring that right side for us down low at attack. And then just looking at the midfield, I mean, Bryden Robichaud is going to be bumped back to the midfield. He was lethal last year in that position, so we're excited to see what he brings, in his senior campaign as a captain. And then Grant Ansted's back as well in his natural midfield position, along with Lala Tito, and Jack Epley. Those guys will be heavy at the top 4 midfield spots for us on the first line. And then we got a trio of freshmen that have really stood out, especially in the preseason with Ryan Nislansky, Ian Evans, and Carter Valancourt, and they're going to see time in every game this year. So we're really excited for those guys in that spot as well. Then going over to our gut midfield, which is our short stick defensive midfield position, it's Mason McQuiggan and Isaiah Thomas are our big two there, alongside freshman Kyle Brady and Brady Kalarick as well. Those guys will see some time in that position, bringing some athleticism and speed and size in between the lines. And then Griffin Bruno has really had a really good preseason as well, being a great leader on and off the field and just doing everything we ask of him every single second of every single day. And I think he's gonna pop a little bit too for us in between the lines this year as well. Our LSM spots anchored by 2 sophomores, Charlie Fisher and Will Rockwell. Charlie didn't play a lot at the beginning of the year, really came on at the end of the year last year. He's one of the better LSMs we've seen so far. And then Will Rockwell is really a workhorse. I mean, he's a guy that can play down low or up top for us. And then look at freshman Andrew Cooper as well to get some runs in that spot as well. And then down low, we got brand new defense across the board. Alex Hahn, sophomore, is going to be a big-time guy for us down there, along with freshman Carson Corona and senior Mitchell Wallace. That's going to be our starting three going into this thing. And, the 4 spots looking like Peter Bisturk right now, a senior, from down in Fort Myers, Florida. So the goalies, face-offs, we're really excited about those 2 spots. Brand new defense, but these guys run the system really well. And then, on the offensive side of the ball, I think we return, some good playmakers and a good mix of size and speed. So I'm excited.
So you touched on some of the newcomers that you're coming in and you're excited to watch. Who, as a spectator, should we watch out for? Who do you expect to make an immediate impact, and that everyone watching Moccasin Lacrosse should really keep an eye on?
I think you should look at the 3 freshman midfielders I just mentioned, the Ian Evans, Ryan Islansky, and Carter Valancourt. Ian Evans led our team in scoring through the preseason. So I think he's a guy that can definitely play for sure. But I think our LSM spots too. I think our entire defense, to tell you the truth. I mean, the Hahn, Corona, and Mitchell Wallace too. Those guys, it's their first time starting for the Mocs as well. Yeah. But yeah, I think those are the newcomers you're going to really want to keep your eyes on. And then number 16, Brady Kalarick, I think is gonna add a little bit of something to the midfield as well.
So last year, like I mentioned at the top, you guys made it to the SSC semifinals. What are kind of your expectations for the team this year?
Get better day to day. I think we kind of got ahead of ourselves last year. We had some losses that I feel like if we come back and look at it again, it's a little bit on the coaching side and the player side on focus. And we've really had to do some, deep dive into that and what we need to do to prevent that this year. But honestly, it's a day-to-day, 24-hour commitment for our guys. Every single day, it's just worrying about what we're doing right now. Like, we're not looking too far ahead, even with our opener coming up this weekend. We're not really going crazy talking about Limestone a lot. Today's Tuesday. We got to get ready for practice. We got film, and we got to have a good practice today. And that's been the message for our guys all year. So it hasn't changed from August till now. So I think that's been very good for our guys to hear that message consistently. And then the discipline side of things. Our guys have been a bit more disciplined this year. I feel like they're being more accountable towards each other and more detail oriented. And that, I think that's going to pay off in the end. And I think that we're going to be playing our best lacrosse when we need to play our best lacrosse this year, and that's really my expectation this year, is to be, hitting our stride really when we need to hit our stride, not too early, and not really going on that big runs. It's like, let's be consistent every game, and let's see where it goes from there.
So let's switch gears into the new Adams Athletic Performance Center. Obviously, for those that haven't been to campus or that have been to campus in the last year, we built a brand new facility, new strength and conditioning, new film room, new coach's office for you guys.
Yep.
Just kind of talk to me about what the impact for, break it down by spots, strength conditioning facility that we have, talk about the new office suite for you guys, and then obviously talk about the film room, and then we'll touch on the 6-man after that.
Well, I think that it's really just a game changer for our whole department. You step in the Adams Athletic Performance Center every day, and it's, wow, this is great for our student athletes, great for our coaches, great for our admin, everyone. It's something you can really take pride in, and having our guys in a weight room that holds all of our guys and is able to have team lifts where we're not splitting it up in different groups is big for our morale. And then our coaches suite, it's always nice to walk our recruits into our brand new coaches suite and be able to talk to them about what we're doing with the program and where we see the program going, and not forgetting our past as well. We remember all the days we've had here where it wasn't like the Adams Performance Athletic Center. So it's just really a treat for us, and it's really an exciting time for Florida Southern. Yeah,
so obviously your roster, your size, you can't really fit into a 40-man film room that we just built in the Adams Athletic Performance Center. So then we quickly made adjustments into the old Lions conference room that everyone was using with new TV that you guys can now use 85-inch in there as well. Talk to me about what it means to be able to have that one space for the smaller units, but then able to have that bigger spot for the entire team.
Yeah, when we do our team film, it's usually in the 6-man room now, and it's great because on that Monday, you get your whole group in there, big TV in there, everyone can see, everyone's got a spot. And then when we do our small sessions, it's really broken down into the Adams Center, and that's more of our Tuesday, Wednesday film sessions. So it all works for us. It all works for us. We make it work with what we got, and that's always been what we are here. So it's good. So
announced earlier this year, you were named the coach for the U20 National Haudenosaunee team at the 2025 World Championships. Talk to me about what that means for you in terms of recruiting, and then what it means for you to be able to represent Florida Southern on that stage.
Yeah, I mean, it's the pinnacle for lacrosse, for field lacrosse, and being able to coach, with the Haudenosaunee team and really be a part of the community with the Haudenosaunee is very special and very dear to my heart with my heritage, and being able to represent and honor that group, plus alongside Florida Southern College and be a Moc out there in South Korea and go against, Team USA and Team Canada as the head coach of the team is going to be a thrilling experience and just one that I'm so prideful about, and I think that it will help with recruiting for sure. It already has elevated a bit, but at the same time, it's more about putting the best team on the field and being competitive, trying to get that gold medal out there and representing the right way on and off the field. So it's really a special experience that I'm very grateful for and taking great pride in this year.
Kind of walk everyone through it. How many practices do you get before you actually compete?
Well, we've had 7 sessions, 8 sessions already through the fall. In the winter, we'll have 4 sessions in May and June, and then we'll go into our training camp right before we leave to South Korea. So I'm saying possibly maybe 14, 15 sessions, but you're picking the best players, some of the best players in the world. So
yeah.
You're putting them in some good spots, and you're kind of patting yourself on the back, saying, "Hey, if he makes a good play, yeah, that's a coaching move right there, right?" But no, the boys are. We put together a nice little squad, so we're really excited about where it's going to go.
Awesome. Well, do you have any final remarks? Anything you want to say to the people and viewers that are watching?
Just come out and support Florida Southern men's lacrosse, all athletics across the board. Really thank all of our alumni for all the support and notes that I'm getting weekly. And then also all the fans and the parents of our guys. We push them really hard, and we know that we hold them to a high standard, and we just really appreciate all your support and the respecting of the decisions that we make on the field, off the field, and giving us the opportunity to be a really great program for your sons and student athletes at Florida Southern.
For Marty Ward, I'm Brad B. Thank you guys for tuning in. The Mocs open here on February 1st at noon against number 2 Limestone. Be sure to join us at Barron Field at Barnett Athletic Complex. If you can't, tune into the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network, where John Krisovich will have all the games this season on play-by-play. Coach, thank you.
Thank you.